Hi everyone, let's solve the question number 3 of Lead Code Contest 240 and the problem name is maximum subarray min product. So in this problem, you're given that the min product of an array is equal to the minimum value in the array multiplied by the array's sum. So if we see the question, then this is the array given to us. We can see that in this array, the minimum value present is 2 and the sum of this array is 10. If we multiply them, we'll get 20. So 20 is the min product of the given array. Now, the task given to in this question is you're given with an array of integers and you need to return the maximum min product of any known empty subarray present in the given array. This is the question given to you. So before moving to the solution of this problem, I would suggest you to please go through the question again, try it out on your own, and then only move to its hint video. So now I hope all of you have gone through the problem again and tried out on your own. So let's solve it together now. Okay, so let us say you're given with any array and we need to find out the maximum min product present in this array. And to calculate the min products of each and every subarray possible, you first of all need to generate each and every subarray. After that, you'll find out the minimum number of every subarray possible. And then you'll find out the min product of every subarray to calculate the maximum among them. So this is the very first approach that is coming to our mind. But the time complexity of this approach is really very high. That's why this approach will give you TLE. So this means we need to think of something else, right? So let's try to think of something else. What we are doing over here is we are generating each and every possible subarray and then we are finding the minimum number among them. Instead of going in this way, what we can do is for each element present in this array, we'll consider it as the minimum number of a subarray. This is the approach we are going to do. Okay, so let us say this is the array given to us. Then let us say we are present at any ith index. Then what we'll do, we'll assume this element as a minimum number in the subarray which includes this number. So to find out that subarray in which this element is minimum, we need to check all the elements towards its left as well as all the elements towards its right. If all the elements towards its left are greater and all the elements towards its right are greater than the given element, then those elements are included in the subarray. So let's try to think of it in a pictorial manner. I'll make you understand this thing in a pictorial manner so that you can understand this better. So let us say these are the elements of the array given to us. So I'm just creating a small array to you. And let us say you are standing at this ith index. So if we try to move towards its left, we can see that this element is greater than this. So this element can be included in this subarray because still this ith element is a minimum element. But we can see that this element is now smaller than this ith element. So this is the left bound of our subarray. Similarly, let's try to move towards the right. This element is greater than the given element. Let's move further. But this element is smaller than the given ith element. So this means this is the right bound of our subarray. And we have found our subarray in which our ith element is the minimum element. You need to do the same thing for each and every element present in the given array. You have to find out the left bound as well as the right bound. Now the question comes how to find out these left and the right bounds. So basically, left bound is the index of the farthest element greater than or equal to the element present at the ith index in the left hand side. Similarly, this right bound index is the index of the farthest element greater than or equal to the current ith element in its right hand side. So to find them, we are going to use a method similar to finding the next greater element. So we have already attempted this question and we know that we can solve this question with the help of stacks. So if you are not aware about this question, then we are going to share a few resources for this question along with the video. You can go through those resources and then again come back to this video. So using the same approach, we are going to find out the left as well as the right index, because right index is nothing but the next smaller element and the left index is nothing but the previous smaller element for this index I. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to find the next greater element for any element, then you need to use a stack in decreasing order. And the final answer you can obtain by popping out the elements from the stack. So if you want to find out the next smaller element, then your stack should be in monotonically increasing order. And again, to find out the answer, you need to pop the elements out of the stack. Similarly, if you want to find out the previous greater element, your stack should again be in decreasing order, but this time you need to enqueue the items at the top of the stack. And if you want to find out the previous smaller element, your stack should be in increasing order, but again you need to enqueue the items at the top of the stack. So now I hope after going through the resources and after going through this hint, you will be able to find out the left as well as the right bound indexes for the given subarray. Okay, now that you have find out the next as well as the previous smaller elements, that is the left bound as well as the right bound indexes, what is the next step? The next step is to find out the min product. So we can easily find out the min product by finding out the minimum element present in this subarray multiplied by the sum of the subarray from left to the right index. And the maximum of all the subarrays min product will be our final answer. This is how we are going to solve this question. Now the only thing left in this question is how to find out the sum between the left bound as well as the right bound index. So to solve this, you can take help of the prefix sum. Let us say you want to find out the sum between L to R. So what you're going to do, you're going to find out the prefix sum till this Lth index. You'll subtract this sum from the prefix sum till the Rth index. After doing so, if you subtract this sum, you'll get this sum as your output, which is the sum from the left index to the right index. And now we have found out everything. We have found out the minimum element among a subarray. We have found out the left bound. We have found out the right bound. We have found out the sum between the left and the right bound. And you just need to find out the maximum among all the min products possible by taking each element as the minimum element possible in this array. So now I hope you could code this problem on your own. Now the time complexity of this problem has just reduced to big of n, as well as the time complexity of space complexity of this problem is also big of n. Now I hope you could code this problem on your own. So thank you.